Let's bring in our next guest, Julie Brunnengraeber. Julie,
Hi.
hello. How's it going? Premier
Very
Makeup?
well. Yes.
Okay, tell me what you do.
Well, I do a lot. Starting down the list with Premier Makeup, I specialize mainly in bridal makeup here in the Central Valley. I do airbrush makeup. I do it on location for as little as just maybe one bride or up to 9 or 10. Also do house calls for certain clients getting ready for a special event, a lot of business ladies, maybe they have a television appearance.
Right.
You just never know.
How long have you been doing this?
Coming up on 10 years.
Yeah. How'd you get started? Were you always the makeup girl?
No.
Growing up?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Tomboy?
Not exactly.
No. Okay.
Maybe kind of in between.
Uh-huh.
I did grow up in the country, so I was just kind of used to more of that lifestyle. I think deep down I always had an interest kind of more in fashion and makeup. I just hadn't had an opportunity to really explore it yet. I wasn't around it. I actually, at age of 18, was looking into be a manicurist. I wanted to do nails. I loved the long, fancy ones,
Right.
and that's what I wanted to do.
How long?
Maybe just about,
Okay, all right.
yeah, an inch at most. And then I started researching, the opportunities in the cosmetology schools. I read about aesthetics. So I'm actually a licensed esthetician in the state of California. So I also provide skincare services in a state board facility, but really with a specialty in makeup. That's what I'm most known for. I do a lot of it. So I have a lot of different outlets throughout the industry that I stay very involved in, and it's a lot of fun.
What kind of outlets in the industry?
Well, I do special event makeup artistry and backstage work for 2 different international makeup lines.
Nice.
So
Which
it's
ones?
a lot of fun.
Can you talk about them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jane Iredell Mineral Cosmetics and TG Cosmetics.
Okay.
So TG Cosmetics.
TG, like Tony and Guy TG?
Yes,
Okay.
they're not associated with them anymore, but once upon a time,
Okay.
yes. How businesses go, everybody's got to, move the company along. So, yeah, so I
Did
do.
a bigger company buy them? Is that what happened?
Yes,
Yeah.
companies all do that, and especially in the beauty industry, probably in others as well. So I do, special events and education work for them, help
Because
teach.
that's key, right? Keeping the education going.
Yes.
You can. You're only going to learn so much in the beauty college,
Yeah, you
and-
learn very little.
and then you learn how to pass the test.
Exactly.
And then,
that's all.
And then a lot of people stay there and don't
Yes.
really grow that much. But
Yes.
the education is very important.
Yes, there's education throughout, really internationally for a lot of different like skin and makeup lines. They have institutes all over, so you can even travel and take classes. And the TG headquarters is in Texas, Dallas, actually. So you go there and learn more, and then they teach you to teach other people.
Awesome.
So
What's
it's a lot
big
of
in
fun.
the skin in the makeup and skincare world right now?
Right now, really, I feel it's kind of more of the airbrush makeup, the HD. Everything's HD and contouring.
Okay.
Actually,
Talk
contouring
about
is number
it.
1. Contouring, thank you, Kim Kardashian. That is her big makeup secret is the contouring. The highlighting of the face and just making the perfect complexion.
Have you ever seen her without makeup?
Not that I can recall.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious what's underneath
I'm
there.
sure they have, before and after. But there's been a lot of contour kits out on the market now for
tell me
at
what
home.
contouring is.
Contouring is basically highlighting the features that you want to accentuate and basically decreasing the areas that you don't. So in makeup, they usually say think of the face as an oval and shade out everything else. So you put your, think of it like this, shade it out, and then contouring maybe the nose, around the lips, making that perfect cheekbone and look just like Kim Kardashian.
Do you have a shop?
Yes, I work out of the Spectrum Salon and Day Spa.
Okay.
That's located at Herndon and West here in Fresno, California. I work there full-time as an esthetician, doing facials, waxing, makeup, airbrush tanning, body treatments. I have a big service menu. I do lots of fun
Spectrum's
things.
been around for a long time.
Very
Very
long.
reputable salon.
Yes.
They were over at Bullard Marks for many years.
Yes, and the business has done very well, so they've just kind of continuously progressed. So, very lucky to work there.
Do most people not take care of their face?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay.
I notice it is a huge problem, especially in today's world where everyone is busy, and they either have kids or their job keeps them working at home. Ideally, you should be washing your face morning and night for
With
optimal, with a nice balanced cleanser for your skin type.
Not bar soap.
Preferably not bar soap. My rule is always, if you feel it's working for you, then that's great. But there are other technologies just to help. The skin's an organ; it's very delicate and sensitive. So we have technologies to protect it and prevent anti-aging and pigmentation from the sun. A lot of different things. So I find that there's a really big struggle in people having routine at home and being able to. It really only takes like 2 minutes. But in our busy world, the mother of 3, who's working, she doesn't have 2 minutes at night. Kids are in the bathtub. Everything's busy.
Now, men.
Yes.
Men don't really take care of their face at all.
Not too much.
Not too
Men
many of them,
are
right?
fortunate. Men actually naturally have thicker skin, so they can get away with it a little bit more. So it's a little bit more resistant to the sun and produces a little bit more oil, which is going to be the skin's natural lubricant to the skin to keep it hydrated. But with, busy world, men are starting to take care of themselves a little bit more. I find there's definitely more of an interest. I think sometimes they still identify with the spa as just for women, but it's not. It's skin. We all have skin. We all have faces that we want to take care of. And if you want to, people are living longer. People want to look younger and maintain that youth. So
now, what about the peels and the abrasions and all? You do all that?
I do.
You tell me about that.
There's a wide range.
I had a dermal abrasion right on my one time. It was a really deep one.
Really?
Because I had a scar being removed.
Oh, yeah.
And that was my first experience with the dermal abrasion, and it was really heavy. But when you do the full face, you do a lot lighter, right?
Yes, there's different levels. So the technician can control the severity of how they're doing the treatment, depending on whether it's a client's first time or usually you do things in series. So you might come in once a week. Start at a certain level just to make sure the skin is taking to it well. Microdermabrasion is basically like, kind of think of it as a sandblast for the skin. Mm-hmm. It's usually used with the little microcrystals in a machine. It actually has a little bit of suction. So
it's pulling the dead skin up as it's removing
exactly.
it?
Yeah, it pulls off multiple layers of the epidermis of the skin, and then so that's going to leave smoother, softer skin. It will help your products penetrate better. So, any fancy serums, any type of treatment program that you're on is going to be able to work better.
What's the recovery time on something like that? When can someone go back out in public and feel good about themselves?
It depends, because there's microdermabrasion and then there's like the full-blown dermabrasion, which is done by a doctor, and that probably has a lot. You probably can't leave.
It's like sandpaper. Yeah.
Probably can't leave the house for at least a week would be my guess. Not 100% on that because I'm not trained in that level of that service. Really, a light microdermabrasion recommendation is, definitely your sunscreen. I don't do it before clients are going to go on vacation or baseball game or the water park. You really want to limit your sun exposure for at least 3 to 5 days, even a week, just to be safe, because you don't want to create another issue.
Right.
So you don't want to make the skin vulnerable, go sit in the sun, going to cause more aging and pigmentation.
What about the home face scrubs? Are they good for you?
They can be.
They can be overused, though, right?
Absolutely. A lot of scrubs, they're the way they take from like apricot kernels and things like that, but the way they're actually manufactured, they can scratch the skin. And most people think, it's not the less is more, it's the more is more, and they feel like their face is dirty and they have blackheads and they take their scrub and, they just go really heavy. And unfortunately, they can potentially be causing other issues. So everything should be used lightly in moderation, as directed, and things like that.
Awesome. You work 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week?
It depends. Sometimes 7 days a week. I do so many things. Typical Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, typical Saturday, I can start out on location somewhere in the Central Valley doing bridal makeup. Then I'll stop in at the salon, do a few facials for some regular clients or a spa party, and then I'll end up either at a school carnival or a private party making kids superheroes and Hello Kitties.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
It's in this line of work you never know.
What's a facial cost?
A facial with me, they start at $75. That's for an hour-long facial, and then it's all custom to their skin type, and then it goes up from there as far as maybe what type of skincare concerns they have, what type of treatment program they want. In the Valley, we have a lot of sun exposure here, a beautiful sunny California, so that creates a lot of darkness and aging to the skin. So a lot of people need good skincare here. do you good.
You know, when I was a kid, I'd get a sunburn, and my parents the very next day would say, go out and get another one. It'll make it better.
I know.
Yeah. Not good.
Sunburns are a problem.
We have some pictures here. What is face painting you're doing?
Yes.
That's pretty intense.
Yes.
That's not your normal kid's face painting. You get into it.
No, I do a unique, custom, typical type of face paint. I'm not a cheek art kind of girl. I go for the real deal.
Awesome.
So,
okay.
Yes.
Well, Julie, how do they get a hold of you?
You can reach me directly at 559-696-2001. My website is premiermakeup.net, and you can find me on Facebook at Premier Makeup and Face Art.
Awesome. It was very nice talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Okay.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break.